Hey, it's Jen, and today I'm talking about how to be your own hero. All right, so I'm up snowshoeing today, and I've really had something on my mind. And it has to do with a couple of experiences that I've had in my life that have really demonstrated to me what some of my beliefs are and how they were kind of keeping me from being there for myself. And I hope that they're helpful for you. But I had one experience where I was a witness to an assault, and it was happening out in the middle of the night. It was happening out on the street, and I heard it, and I saw it, and I didn't know what to do. And I stood by, and I knew it had happened. The people went inside, and I never said anything about it. And I hated that feeling so bad that I made a commitment to myself that I would never ever be the bystander again. That I didn't know how I would handle it differently. I mean, I don't plan on going out there fists a flailing or anything, but I will never ever be the one who doesn't stand up for someone in some way ever again. I just made that decision. Okay, and then I had another experience where I got assaulted. I'm not going to tell you how old the little munchkin was, but it left me with a very, very strong impression of how willing I was to allow myself to be hurt so that someone else didn't feel bad or comfortable. And I recognized that I was often in situations where I wasn't defending myself. And it made me think about some of the things that we associate with the parts of ourselves that we don't necessarily like anymore or like about us at all. Like the mistakes that we've made before, or the people that we were before we made a change in our lives. These are super important people, and often without realizing it, we are being very abusive to that person that we were that helped us become the person that we are today. And I think about in my life some of the worst mistakes I've made. Sometimes when I just haven't shown up for myself, that person helped me be the person that I am today that works so hard to improve. It's almost like that girl took one for the team back for me years ago or months ago or yesterday, however long ago it was that I did something that maybe wasn't the best. But when I am being the person who's assaulting myself, it's like I'm sitting by and watching it happen and not doing anything. And I made a promise that I wouldn't do that anymore. And I made a promise that I would stand up for myself. Now, there is a sneaky little belief that comes in that makes it feel very, very important to disapprove of ourselves. And it almost feels useful and valuable and important to beat ourselves up. And that little belief is that if we approve of who we are and where we're at, we will stop improving. Now that little belief system is a threat, like self-love is a threat to that belief. If we believe that we will love ourselves, protect ourselves, even when we're overweight, even when we're sick in bed, not showing up, even when we are yelling, screaming, the crazy mom that day, that's, I totally lost my train of thought. That's the person that we were yesterday that helped us be a better person today. All right. So when we are hating on that person, it feels like we're doing ourselves a favor. It feels like we're doing something important by not approving so that we will never be that person again. I want to offer that there's another way. There's a way to go ahead and love that girl that didn't show up for you. To love that girl, protect her. Be your hero and stand up for yourself. Don't stand for self-assault. Stand up to it. And when you hear those thoughts in your mind that are telling you that you're not acceptable, you are you find that you're berating yourself, being unkind to yourself, will you be the one that stands up as your hero and protects you from that kind of thinking? Because the more you love yourself, the more comfortable you're going to feel moving forward, and it's going to be easier. It's not going to be so hard as beating yourself over the back forward. Okay, I hope that makes sense. The broken down version is, you don't need to disapprove of yourself in order to improve. You can love yourself forward. And it's actually easier and more valuable to move forward if you have the acceptance of exactly where you're at today, right now. Instead of waiting for the person that you want to be someday, just go ahead and love yourself today. And then it'll be easier. Okay.